All right, so next one. Let's see. This is a good question. He says, just from Jason, he says, "Hey guys, loving your hangouts. Thanks so much, but I'm a bit worried. Is local SEO dead now? In the previous hump days, you said to stay out of the GMB, and even clients' GMBs are too risky to edit now, and that organic rankings are mostly just all directory sites now. So if we can't confidently approach a client and offer to edit and optimize their GMB to rank it, and can't rank their own site either, because it's only directory sites ranking, what is there left to do? What are we supposed to sell them? Just PPC services? If so, can the battle plan help me with that? Thanks." Okay, so unfortunately, I guess what I said the other day was taken a bit out of context when I said that, because what I mean, in part it was, or maybe it was misunderstood, or maybe I said it wrong. Okay, but to clarify, no, local SEO is not dead, not at all, far from it. But what I was saying was, yes, right now GMBs are a bit risky to optimize, to do anything on page with. Even valid businesses are getting, getting chopped or suspended by Google because of like actual valid changes. So I just say, be wary of that. Be aware that that could potentially could happen, and it sucks because there's not much that you can do about it except file a reconsideration or reinstatement request and wait until Google finally gets around to looking at it, and hopefully they'll reinstate it. It took several weeks for one of my clients that got suspended for no apparent reason, and it took like 3 weeks. So I'm just saying, just be careful with that. As far as ranking organically, again, I'm not saying you can't do that. What I'm saying is that it's difficult to do, and it can be depending on the area. Like what we were just talking about in the previous question for Gordon, was if it's a lower competition area, you can generally get fairly good organic ranking results without a whole lot of work. It's the more competitive areas that are going to take a little bit of time, and the site itself is going to have to accrue some authority typically before you're able to get any significant traction in organic rankings for that. But it can be done, and it can be done with really good on-page like site structure, number one, an on-page SEO. You can significantly shortcut the time that it takes and the effort that it takes to rank organically if you have proper site structure and proper on-page SEO, right? And there's something that we talk about a lot. The best on-page site structure and on-page SEO training that we are aware of, and all of my partners will agree, is Jeffrey Smith's SEO Bootcamp, which you can get at semanticmastery.com/SEO Bootcamp for half price. And I'm only saying that because it really is hands down the best on-page training we've ever seen. Jeffrey Smith, what he's able to do with just on-page and the way that he structures his sites is absolutely incredible. He can outrank authoritative sites with little to no backlinks at all because of the way that he structures the sites. Now, it's a lengthy process to set up sites that way. Once you learn how to do it, you can streamline it. But it's something that I would recommend doing. So, have I gone to all my clients and said, no, I can't offer you SEO services anymore? No, it's not that at all. But what I have found recently, especially, is to offer a more holistic approach, like a more overarching marketing approach than just SEO, right? And guys, we've talked about, it should be common knowledge now that you don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket, right? So you don't want to rely entirely on Google for leads. So you're better off, in my opinion, right now offering SEO. Yes, and organic SEO is certainly something that you can offer, but you also want to work into it, if possible, as a marketing consultant or professional, right? You want to be able to provide additional services that are going to help the business. Whether you do them yourself, I don't recommend, or you build a team that does them for you, or you outsource them to third-party vendors, you can still provide these and kind of manage the work, like act as the conductor, right, of all of the different pieces that you're managing for a marketing campaign for a business, which could be SEO, content marketing, which is really part of SEO anyways, inbound PR, right? So that's like getting public relations work out there. That includes press releases, interviews, articles written, like, not like spammy SEO articles, but like, news articles written, which again could be press releases, but getting maybe, interviews done on podcasts, things like that. Those are all considered inbound PR. PPC, absolutely. Pay-per-click, remarketing, right? Video stuff, all these things. Direct mail, believe it or not, I started doing direct mail for one of my newer businesses. I've been doing a lot of it in the last couple of months, actually. And direct mail, believe it or not, has a significant effect on your digital presence, which I never would have put those two together over the last several years, because I've been entirely a digital marketer for many years now. But now I'm seeing the actual benefits of being able to provide or incorporate direct mail in other types of online, or excuse me, offline marketing into an overall marketing campaign, because it will have an effect through what we call social engineering on an online presence. Because if people see a brand name outside of digital, right, outside of Google, for example, if they see it on indirect mail, or if they see it on maybe published in places that they're reading in around their local town or something, they may go to Google. It's likely that they'll go to Google and search for that brand name. And that is a huge ranking signal, guys. That's called a navigational search query. A brand search is a huge SEO signal, right? Because it signifies that the brand is popular or is gaining popularity. And so Google loves that and will actually start to give or promote a brand in the search results, because people are going and searching for that brand name. And so it's very interesting. But what I'm saying is, instead of just focusing like on SEO, for example, try to think of more of a holistic approach. And that's part of what what I'm going to be talking about at PoFu Live this year is about how I'm seeing in one of my own businesses now, how having a more holistic approach, as I call it, to marketing has an effect all across the board, including digital and SEO for that matter. So what do you guys say?
I love that. I actually love that. Actually, if you're running radio ads, like who the fuck listens to radio, right? But if you're running radio ads, that can also help your digital presence, because it's the same thing, right? And then if you're doing remarketing, the reality is that I think that I mentioned that on last time they hangout, the fact that people need more and more touching points to make a transaction, right? And the touching points are all over the place. They're not only on their computer, but they're also on their mobile phones, and they're on their email, and on social media, and then on Google and search engines, and then banners. And so it's like, the more holistic you can be for your client, you become a local marketing expert, not a local SEO expert, right? It's like saying, well, I'm a local Facebook ads guy. Well, what happens if Facebook changes the rule of engagement, right? You're fucked. So I definitely do agree with Bradley in terms of being more holistic, because that will not only give you more ease in terms of how you can approach a project and give the guy results, but also it will make you more valuable, which translates into that you can charge more money, because you're giving much more value to the businesses that you're working with. So the more toolbox you can dominate and master, and you can have on your tool belt, the better. It's like, you become a more well-rounded marketer or expert in the field, so you can effectively charge more money at the end of the day. So that's pretty cool.
Everything in our battle plan still applies, whether local or non-local. It's just a matter of how you apply it. Syndication networks, as far as your entity, your RYS plus drive stack, then your press releases, then embeds, and then link building into embeds and press releases, drive stack plus G site. The drive stack plus G site being your SEO shield and your filter and your power up to whatever it is that you're doing. Wherever that juice is going, it goes through that drive stack and that G site to amplify the power. I mean, and guys, come on. 2 years ago, we haven't done anything to DC Plumber, and it's still right there dominating the 3-pack. So
no, that doesn't work.
How much more needs to be said? SEO, SEO Virginia's in 4 years.
Boom.
It doesn't work, dude.
That was
stop showing that
right there. May 16th, 2015 is when I did it, and you can see it's still boom. So and many versions of that, like SEO agency, and same thing. My budget was 5 hours of time. That was it. Like, there was no money put into that at all. It was 5 hours of my time to put that, and it's ugly. It's awful, because it was the very first drive stack I ever built, which I don't build them now. Look, it's even got a broken iframe from a Google Plus post that used to be there. and it's not work, you know, and it's a shitty spun content. I mean, it's awful, guys, but it's still ranked number 1. And it's, you know, all the other SEO agencies in Virginia are below it and have been for
and
what?
you have like 3 or 4 spots in there, because you have the bradleybernard.wordpress.com, which is, you know, syndication networks do not work as well.
URL.
And then the bamboo marketing. Yeah, I'm having the same thing, and I'm on a different IP. So
and what's crazy is this site, guys, is a 1-page site. There's no blog on this. There's really no content on this site. It's just a 1-page site, and it's benefited from the authority from the Drive stack, and that's basically it. So again, it's, you know, you can that. And if you were to look at my SEO metrics on any of these, you'll see that they all suck according to third-party metrics. But the proof is in the results, guys, you know.